Well, hello! Welcome to installment number 7 of the OD Diaries. In installment number 6, which I just posted a few minutes ago, I answered a question that was asked by a friend of mine who has an odor disorder named Laura. And in that installment, I said that in the next installment, I'll be talking about a question that I was asked today by another friend with an odor disorder named Lee. Lee asked me what she probably thought was a very simple question. She asked me how she can fix her odor disorder. Well, odor disorders aren't currently curable. Well, most of them anyway. And most of them are treatable or controllable, but they're all caused by different things, so they're also all treated or, if you want, temporarily fixed by different things. And so I told Lee that for starters, I needed to know more things about her situation. So I asked her some things like, does she drink? Does she smoke? Is there a history of diabetes in her family? All sorts of background information. And what Lee told me was, well, yeah, I drink alcohol and I smoke weed. Well, I just went, you're kidding, right? Because it never ceases to amaze me how many people contact me because they think they have an odor disorder. And they might have one or they might not. But they want to fix it when they're filling their bodies with all sorts of garbage. If you're filling your body with alcohol, marijuana, nicotine, caffeine, fatty foods, sugary foods, if your body is full of toxins, then yeah, you're going to smell bad. You may not even have an odor disorder. You may just plain smell bad because of what you're doing to yourself. Now, my friend Lee very well might have an odor disorder, but I told her, Lee, I cannot help you until you detox your body and quit all these bad habits, because all of them add their own odors to the mix. And until you get rid of them, you can't even figure out if you have an odor disorder, let alone which one you have. And until you figure out which one you have, you can't fix it. So, I can't really help her, and that frustrates me because I want to help people, and I have a lot of information that I think can be very, very helpful to people, but people with odor disorders are often so desperate that they want an answer, and they want it now, and they want it to work immediately, and it just doesn't work like that. And then another thing Lee asked me is how I feel about supplements and vitamins and chlorophyll and charcoal and all these other treatments that they talk about for odor disorders. And my answer to that is, it's wonderful if it treats the odor disorder that you have. But for instance, we talked about zinc supplements. A zinc supplement is only going to help an odor disorder if, number one, the odor disorder is caused by a zinc problem, and number two, that problem is not getting enough zinc. In other words, deficiency. Now, if Lee is already getting too much zinc, or her body is totally incapable of processing zinc, or her odor disorder is coming from a problem that's not even related to zinc, then taking zinc supplements is only going to throw her body chemistry out of whack and make her odor disorder worse. So, I'm sitting there tonight telling Lee, you have to stop smoking weed, you have to stop drinking alcohol, and you have to stop taking the good supplements. Because the good supplements may not be doing you any good whatsoever. In fact, they might be making the problem worse. And so, the thing is, I call this bombing. It's like a person's body is a city, and having an odor disorder is a bank robbery in that city. You know a bank was robbed, but you don't know who did it yet. Well, a lot of people with odor disorders are so desperate that they just want to bomb their city with every possible weapon they can come up with. Supplements, vitamins, miracle creams, lotions, perfumes, shampoos, deodorants. They just go bombing crazy. And to put it a simpler way, it's sort of like taking a headache pill for a heart condition. If you don't know what's wrong with you yet, you can't fix it. Yes, there are a few things that you can do that will help no matter what odor disorder you have. But for the most part, it's really important to narrow down at least the approximate cause or the category it falls in. Because then you can look at how to make it better. And so I spent most of my afternoon and early evening today trying to get across to my friend Lee that it's not an instant fix thing. You have to really reevaluate your life. And you have to make a lot of changes and stick to your guns on them. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. And with that, in the next installment, I'll probably be going back to telling you a little bit about my story growing up and why it is I got to where I am, and why I'm even talking to you in these diaries. So stay tuned for the next installment, please. Thank you.